In July 2024, a technology journalist typed his own name into Google, only to discover a knowledge panel declaring he was a physicist who died in 2004. Google's originally clean, minimalist text box had grown cluttered. Over the years, the platform became choked with aggressive SEO spam and intrusive ads. Recipe pages buried their cooking instructions under long, algorithm-pleasing anecdotes, and bad actors used tactics like domain squatting to monopolize the top results. When Google tried to fix the clutter with AI overviews, the algorithm misfired heavily. It sourced information from satirical sites and decade-old Reddit threads, advising users to eat at least one small rock per day for minerals, or to add non-toxic glue to their pizza sauce. The system built to organize the world's information was visibly cracking under the weight of commercial extraction and synthetic spam. At the same time, companies like OpenAI and Perplexity launched generative AI assistants. These tools answered questions directly rather than forcing users to sift through hyperlinks, directly threatening Google's 90% market share and triggering a red alert among executive leadership. Google's engineers couldn't combat the new wave of AI-generated web spam using traditional algorithm tweaks. The spammers were producing synthetic content faster than Google could update its filters to block it. Faced with this volume of garbage, leadership made a drastic choice. They abandoned the concept of repairing the list of links and decided to eliminate the act of searching entirely. To survive the generative AI boom, Google had to actively execute the very product format that built the modern internet. At the I/O 2026 Developer Conference, CEO Sundar Pichai announced that Google is shifting from a tool that retrieves links to a platform he calls agentic Gemini, where AI completes tasks for you. Instead of retrieving pre-existing web pages, Gemini 3.5 Flash builds custom visual tools on the fly. Ask about mortgage rates, and it constructs a live calculator. Underneath is anti-gravity, which codes bespoke mini-apps right inside search results, pulling real-time data. Custom-built software now replaces the act of browsing, pulling data from the web to assemble a functional tool on demand. This system is driven by autonomous tools like Gemini Spark. This information agent operates continuously in the background, monitoring data streams without requiring you to ever type a prompt. In the past, a user had to actively read Yelp reviews, check hotel availability, and open a separate ride-sharing app. Now, the AI parses the data, books the highly rated restaurant, and schedules the Uber on its own. To remove the keyboard entirely, Google integrated this software with Android XR glasses and a voice dictation feature called Rambler. With Rambler, a user speaks their unstructured thoughts out loud. The on-device model strips out the filler words, determines the core intent of the message, structures a coherent text, and executes the communication. By erasing the manual steps between wanting something done and actually doing it, the user delegates their active decision-making to the machine. This delegation extends into professional workspaces through a feature called Docs Live. An engineer asked to give a speech can simply spout a stream of consciousness rant into their microphone, and the AI will draft an organized document. Laboring over the precise phrasing of a text message or the structure of an essay requires mental effort. It forces a person to clarify what they actually mean. When we outsource the structural organization of language to an algorithm, we bypass the cognitive friction required to form independent ideas. The biological process of critical thinking slows down. Google's agentic tools make communication completely effortless. By removing that difficulty, they quietly degrade our capacity to formulate complex thoughts on our own. Outside the human mind, this shift devastates the digital economy. Since the late 90s, the internet ran on a strict contract. Publishers provided free information, and in exchange, Google directed human traffic to their websites. This network map shows how native AI agents sever that contract. Information flows from outer publisher nodes into a massive central Google node, but no user traffic flows back out. The AI reads the page and summarizes it, trapping the user inside the Google ecosystem and driving a projected 25 to 60% collapse in publisher web traffic. With no traffic returning to the source, the need for businesses to optimize their sites for search rankings evaporates. This immediately disrupts the $180 billion SEO and digital advertising industry that relied entirely on those blue links. If media platforms can no longer afford to produce high-quality reporting, the information agents will have nothing left to summarize. By starving independent publishers to feed its own ecosystem, Google is destroying the only source of human knowledge its artificial intelligence needs to survive.